Absolutely.
I agree.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. That wasn't filled with very much ruach. Let's try again. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Beautiful, right? It's not the quantity of people, it's the quality of people. So great for us to be together and to celebrate Shabbat on this beautiful morning where the sun is shining and the plants are blooming, which is so very nice. I'm sure they very much so enjoyed the rain, right? I commented during Torah study that I hope we were all okay in the rain. And then the other side of that is the rain is so great for our beautiful plants that are all across our new campus. So this morning, everything you need, as you know, for services will be on the screen, except for this morning, we will be using our Torah commentaries for Haftarah. But if you'd like to follow along with the prayers as well, there are also prayer books underneath your seats. You can choose if you'd like to use the screens or use a prayer book this morning. So let us begin, page 192. Ma tovu, o halecha al Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, o halecha al Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ve'ani berov chastecha, avo beitecha, eshtacha ve'elhecha kodshecha, be'yiratecha. Ma tovu, o halecha al Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Adonai ahavti me'on beitecha, umkon mishkan kivodecha, va'ani eshtacha Echrecha lifnei Adonai, osi. Ma tovu, o halecha al Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ve'ani tefilati lecha, Adonai et ratzon, Elohim berov chastecha, aneni be'emet yishecha. Ma tovu, o halecha al Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. I'm going to invite you to maybe roll your shoulders or your neck or wiggle your toes, feel your hips in your chair, or maybe sit up a little straighter. This morning in Torah study, we talked for a moment about this week's Torah portion and the fact that the high priests are supposed to have these perfect bodies. We also talked about, though, how there are no high priests anymore and how each one of us can just strive to be the best we can be, because we know that none of us is perfect. So in every morning, we thank God for the bodies that we have. The way this prayer is written, which we will read in a minute in English, does say, if something wasn't working, how would we come before you? It's a complicated line to pray, because many of us might be feeling that part of us right now is not working, yet we still have the ability to be here and pray. So when we read this prayer, what I think about is that I'm able to be here. Many of you have seen me up here with a cane. Many of you have seen me up here needing to hold my back, or whatever it is, I've done it while coughing. Every one of us has the opportunity to pray with this beautiful body that God has given us. So let us take a moment on page 195 to thank God for our bodies. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware, we would lack the strength to stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei kol basar umafli la'asot. Let us go from feeling our bodies to focusing on our breath and our souls. Page 196. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Tehorahi. Together in the English. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God, and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher beyado nefesh kol chai v'ruach kol basar ish. We continue with our blessings for daily miracles, page 198 and following. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sachvivina le'avchin ben yom uvein laila. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten le'ayef koach. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'enai, u'shuma me'afapai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Every morning, like we just did, we have the opportunity to thank God for the little things, not the big miracles that happen once in a lifetime, but the things that we hope happen every single day. When we come together to pray, we have the opportunity to recite the ones that are part of our liturgy that we just did together. But there's also a moment to share our own blessings that we have for today. So I'm curious if anybody has their own blessing they'd like to add.
I'm grateful that when the china cabinet top shelf split and dumped the stuff on the top shelf to the middle shelf, that the middle shelf held up and my mother's china was not demolished.
Wonderful.
This happened during the storm the night before. Had a very large limb break out of the top of one of my trees. It fell down. It missed my roof by inches, and it laid the heavy part of the branch down by my house. And all of the limb extended out in my yard, but it did not touch my house. So I'm very thankful.
I'm thankful for the trees that did fall down, so I have more sun on my rose garden.
Anybody else? There's at least 3 people in the room, maybe more, that might be thinking about the blessing of the end of a school year. Whether that be middle school, elementary school, graduate school, parents of any of those ages, teachers, absolutely. Other blessings?
I am grateful and blessed for the path I've been set on.
We will miss you, though, when it is time to move. Anybody else? Wonderful. Oh, did I miss something? Wonderful. Let us bring all of our individual blessings to our prayers this morning. As we continue reading together page 206. These are the things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. Page 212. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch hu. Baruch gozer umkayem, Baruch merachem al haaretz. Baruch chai la'ad v'kayam la'netzach. Let us continue in the English at the bottom of the page, a few lines up from the bottom. With songs of praise we extol you and proclaim your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe, one God, life of the universe, praised and glorious ruler, your name is eternal. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign who is glorified through praise. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mechulal batish bachot. Page 214, we sing a psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot la'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנין. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. We continue on the facing page, page 215 and following. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Tehillah leDavid, arimacha Elohai hamelech, va'avracha shimcha leolam va'ed. Gadol Adonai umechulal me'od, v'ligdulato ein cheker. Hadar kevod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha. Zecher rav tucha yabiu, v'sitatecha yiranenu. Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav. Kevod malchutecha yomeru, ugvuratecha yedaberu. Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha b'kol dor v'ador. Einei kol elecha yasaberu, v'aten noten lahem et ochlam be'ito. Tzadik Adonai b'kol derachav, v'chasid b'kol ma'asav. Ritzon yareyav ya'aseh, v'et shavatam yishma v'yoshiyem. Tehillat Adonai yedaber pi, v'ivret kol basar shem kodsho leolam va'ed. Hallelujah, 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 el bekodsho, hallelujah, bekia uzo, hallelujah, big vurotab, hallelujah, kerov, good love, hallelujah, 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 beteka shofar, hallelujah, benevel vechinor, hallelujah, betofu machol, hallelujah, beminim ve'ugav, hallelujah, 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 Hallelu, 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 b'tziot salei shama, hallelu, b'tziot salei trua, kol hanshema tehallelya, hallelu, hallelujah. Judith, will you lead us this morning in Nishmat?
Nishmat kol kai taberek et shemka Adonai Eloheinu Barak kol basar tafa'er u'dromim zikraka malkeinu tamid min holam be'ad holam atael alanu melech ela'ata.
Together in English, let the soul of everything alive bless your name, Adonai our God, and the spirit of all flesh glorify and exalt your name forever,
O sovereign, transcending space and time, you alone are God. We have no sovereign beside you. God of the first and the last, God of all creatures, master of all generations, who is praised in a multitude of praises, who guides the world with abundant loving kindness, and all creatures with mercy. Adonai neither slumbers nor sleeps. God awakens the sleeping, arouses those who slumber, gives speech to the mute, and God loosens the bonds of captives. God supports the fallen and strengthens those who are bent over. You alone do be acknowledged. Ha'el bata'at sumot uzecha, hagadol bekavod shemecha, hagibor la'netzach, hanara b'noratecha, hamelech hayoshev, al kisei ramnisah, shekinah maharon, v'kadosh shemo. V'katuv rananu tzadikim v'Adonai, l'sharim nevat tehillah, v'fi l'sharim tithalal, uv'divrei tzadikim titbarak, uv'ilshon hasidim titramam, uv'kerev kadoshim titkadash. Lord, rivavot, al-kabed Yisrael, v'rina yipar shemcha malkeinu, v'kol dor v'ador. Shemcha v'ad malkeinu. Ha'el ha'melech ha'gadol ha'gadosh v'shamayim uva'aretz. Ki laka na'eh Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Shir u'shvaka, Hallel v'zimra, Oz memshala, Netzah udala, Uvara, Tehillah v'tiferet, Kedusha u'malchut, Barakot u'barakot, Me'tava me'olam. Baruch atah Adonai, El melech gadol b'tishbachot, El ha-daod, Adon hanifalot, Haboker b'shemrei, Zimra, melech Yakid, El kei halomim. Beautifully done.
As we come to our transitional moment in our liturgy, transitioning from all of our praise and warm up and using our Chatzi Kaddish to enter Baruch Hu and Shema, I invite you to take a deep breath. If you haven't already during our warm-up prayers left all your worries aside, I invite you to find that space now where you're able to do that as we join together on page 224. Yitgadal v'kadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי מaya יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו. As we turn the page to page 226 and find the words of Baruch Hu, I invite you to please rise. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach. Hamevorach leolam vaed. Hamevorach. Hamevorach leolam vaed. You may be seated. We read together page 229. You are praised, who rolls out the rough, raw clay of the universe into delicate vessels of light. And from nothing at all, we could perceive in a world that has turned old, a shimmering new creation right before our eyes, made this moment just for us. How much of life reveals your presence? How much Torah unfolds from each new flower, from each new wave that breaks upon the sea. You are praised, who forms the clay that cloaks our lives, the delicate vessels which contain our light. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. Continuing together on page 231. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. And light blinded we saw that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael, be'ahava. As we turn the page and find the words of Shema, I invite you to rise if you wish. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. We continue chanting together, page 234. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'kol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלבתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 239, we read responsively. The eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. You shall not hate your brother or sister in your heart. Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asks God. Praise to God Most High. We sing together page 240. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot o seifele, no ra tehilot o seifele, shira chadesha, shibchu geulim l'shimcha, al safat hayam, yachad kulam, hodu vehimlichu, ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch, Adonai yimloch, leolam va'ed. Sur Yisrael, kuma be'ezra Yisrael, Uftechenu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu, Adonai Sivaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We enter our Amidah, page 242 and following. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yadi techilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ha'anora, El וכל הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי הכותב רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצליח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. Page 248. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, כך כתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, האדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני, מלחמו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי את ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתה נקדיש, בשבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. I invite you to continue now with your own prayers, either the prayers you find on pages 250 to 258 in the prayer books, or the words in your own hearts this morning. You may be seated whenever you wish. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, amecha, barcheinu yotzreinu kulanu ke'echad, ve'or panecha, ki ve'or panecha natata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, amecha, Torat chayim ve'ahavat chesed, Utzedaka uvracha verachamim v'chaim v'shalom. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed verachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, amecha, v'tov be'einecha levarech, et amcha Yisrael, b'kol eit uv'chol sha'a, bishlomecha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, amecha. Baruch ata Adonai hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We've come to that moment in our service where we turn to Torah. If you're following along in a prayer book, I invite you to turn to page 362. AJ and Eleanor